here. I have been with following Brand Innovators, speaking for Brand Innovators since you were like a small group, organizing in small venues, small conference, and I have seen the evolution. Is wow. Congratulations to all the team of Brand Innovators. This is an amazing initiative that you guys have accomplished. So to start with, do you have any idea how many pounds of avocados are consumed in the US every year? Anyone, any idea? Any number? 1 billion? Anyone else?
10 million.
10 million? Anyone else? So if we see the 2.4 billion pounds of avocados, that's the number right there. It's 2.4 billion pounds of avocados per year. When we started Avocados from Mexico marketing about 8 years ago, and I'm with the organization from the beginning, it was 1.2 billion pounds. We have doubled the consumption of avocados in the US. So how we have done that, and we can keep going and see, one of the stories that illustrate better our growth is our Super Bowl story. Now, 2.4 billion pounds per year. So during the Super Bowl week, only during the Super Bowl month, 250 million pounds of avocados are consumed, mostly as guacamole. So guacamole has become a staple on the American table. I love visuals, and I love to give people a visual to imagine how 250 million pounds of guacamole will look like. So imagine a football stadium. Now, fill that football stadium from end to end with guacamole. Now, raise it 10 feet. So click to see the 10 feet. And that is the equivalent of the amount of guacamole that is consumed in the US during Super Bowl month. And now you will think, why a small brand like us will spend, we don't have the deep pockets that everybody thinks that we have. We're just really, really good at using that money. So what a brand like us will spend half of their media dollars and actually the total marketing budget in a Super Bowl campaign? Well, first of all, because we don't consider that a day or a spot. We don't consider that a day. We consider that a campaign that lasts for 2 months. So since we launched our first Super Bowl in 2015, and we were the first brand, like you saw in the previous slide, the first brand, produce brand to have a Super Bowl spot, we have done it for 8 years. And that became, our brand became very well known in the industry because after our Super Bowl spot. And we have done that as a robust campaign, like you're seeing here, PR and digital. We launched in October our campaign with a shopper activation, PR, digital. And we don't call it anymore the Super Bowl day like it used to be called by time back. Is the Super Bowl season, and we really, really take advantage of that. We have delivered 50 billion impressions in the 8 years that we have been launching Super Bowl, and this includes PR impressions and digital impressions. We can continue going. So the next one. So let's talk about the Super Bowl this year, but let's talk about creative performance, because I don't know how many of you saw our Super Bowl spot this year. Nobody saw the Super Bowl? Okay, good. Even though it didn't win the popularity contest, as you saw in the ad meter, we don't go by popularity contest. We go by brand metrics. And in brand metrics, it definitely killed it. So this is last year. Last year, we launched our spot. I don't know if you remember Coliseum. It was a great spot, and it was meant to lift the brand metrics. So it did great in all these metrics like brand appeal, memorability, likability, linkage. The one metric we came very short was message linkage. So it came in 45%, and the normie was 68%. Very poor performance in that specific metric. Since we are performance-obsessed organization, once we decided that we wanted to lift that metric, first of all, we set a really ambitious goal. We wanted to raise it to 60%. And even our leadership said, don't you think that's a little bit aggressive? And I was confident that we could make it. So, again, since we are a very performance-obsessed organization, everything that we do from the pre-testing of the new spot all the way to the end, it was focused on how can we lift this metric. So it all starts with the pre-testing. We can go to the next one. The pre-testing, the message was, makes everything better. We need to communicate that message. It's a message of value. It's a message that encompasses a lot of ideas that Avocados makes foods better, but also Avocado from Mexico as a brand makes everything better, every moment better. And the foundation is what we call Mexicanity, which is that personality that we bring to any occasion that is related to a Mexican product. So if we go to the next one, this was the pre-test. We pre-test 4 different creative, 4 different scripts, and we let the consumer decide which one has the more possibilities to increase all those metrics that you saw in the previous screen. So out of the actually 5 scripts that we tested, the one that you saw, it was the one at the end, it definitely killed it. So we go to the next one. And we can play it in case, I saw some hands that didn't go up, so I'm gonna play for you guys so you can see what I'm talking about. And remember the message. Before we play, let me tell you 2 things. One thing that we did is the message has to be very, very, very clear and consistent. Second, we have choose, develop, or sonic DNA. Or jingle, and I'm sure everybody can sing our jingle here, or jingle is the most powerful brand elements that we have. So we wanted to have that jingle for first time ever embedded into the track of our Super Bowl. So you may not notice it because there's voiceover, but the jingle is in that commercial 6 times from beginning to end. Sometimes it's more obvious than others, but it's 6 times. So taking this in consideration, let's watch the spot.
Eve? What's going on?
I might have taken a small bite. Adam?
I'm naked! Hey! Try this! Avocados from Mexico! They make everything better!
Avocados from Mexico!
Well, it's another perfect day in the Big Avocado. Traffic is smooth, as always.
Yo, I love you!
No, I love you.
And in fashion news, naked continues to be all the rage.
It's an avocado. But it's also a phone.
You were right. Avocados from Mexico make everything better.
Ah, sweet liberty.
Now that's a tourist attraction.
Thank you. Now, think about it. We are overseen by the U.S. Department of Agriculture. The fact that we got away with the naked Statue of Liberty, I'm still in awe by that. I don't know how we pulled that off. But amazing creative, and again, a little bit, tiny bit polarizing because of the nudity. I mean, it's very edgy, and we understood nobody's going to like it. But when we look at the numbers, remember our ambitious goal was to reach 60% of message recall. We reached 75% message recall. So that was exceeding an ambitious goal because we purposefully built a creative to deliver to the metrics. So we go to the next one. If we see the results from the Harris poll, and they have a Super Bowl research with the results of all the brands participating in the Super Bowl. This is the top 10 And Avocados from Mexico was top in the first one, number one in familiarity increase. That means that Avocados from Mexico as a brand increased the awareness of the brand more than any other brand in the Super Bowl. And then brand equity, which is the perception of value that consumers have or brand, we are also among the top 10. So that's for us, is for us a winning, and that's why we consider our Super Bowl very successful. If we go to the next one, the results were the media absolutely loved Anna and the story, and they took an angle that gave us a lot of PR impressions. They loved that Anna embraced nakedness and felt so confident, 46-year-old woman, and very, very proud of breaking all the stereotypes and the paradigms. And we have 12 billion impressions, which help our message. In every media PR piece, we were very purposeful in communicating the message into the bigger real estate of the PR. So it was great results. If we keep going to the next one. So we also turned New York City into the big avocado. We have a giant billboard in New York City that came up the day that we launched the 60 version of the spot, actually in the two-day show in New York, in the two-day show, and the billboard came up. The next one. And we took advantage that we're going to have the attention of the media, and we emphasized the rest of our brand elements, like our color. We did a partnership with Pantone to make official the color of our brand, which has a very specific purpose, because we want that when the consumer opens up a perfectly ripe avocado, they think about the brand because it's the color of the brand. And when they see the color of the brand, they think about a perfectly ripe avocado. So the color of our brand is the color of the flesh of the avocado. And we also built and developed our sonic DNA, which is extracting the musical elements of our jingle that is so popular and creating longer pieces of music that are more flexible and can be leveraged from recipes to a Super Bowl spot. So we took advantage of all that, and we communicated all that during our drum beat throughout the Super Bowl campaign. The next one. Count the times that you heard the jingle. And 6. So we're working with our Sonic media partner here, AMP, into creating now more pieces with that. And you're going to see actually in the brand activation that we have this afternoon in partnership with Brand Innovators, by the way, in Rainy Street, where Twitter used to activate, and you're going to see a robot singing a music that created for us from our jingle. So don't miss that one this afternoon. We also created a very robust digital activation where we received 2.5 million visits, and we created a activation where users will link their Spotify accounts and through an API, and the app will determine what was their preferred gender, and based on that, they will create a song using our Sonic DNA. So that was 2.5 million. It was a great success. We go to the next one. And in total, that we drove 2.8 billion social impressions throughout the campaign. So this is the hashtag. We won the hashtag war. Of course, Super Bowl is the most prominent, but out of all of the campaign, make it better, reinforcing the message of the campaign was the other strongest hashtag. And that's how Avocados from Mexico make everything better. So next one to finish was next in our play. I already say I hope to see everybody this afternoon, tomorrow afternoon, in the House of Goodness in Lustre Pearl, where we're going to have amazing idea that came to life. We built the House of Goodness in digital 3 years ago, and then we thought, what if we bring that digital house to life in South by Southwest, and you're going to see great technology, great brand activations, great food, and great music to this afternoon and tomorrow afternoon. And that's all I have for you guys. And
wow.